Hello everybody. Welcome to the Dake House, Antiques Plus. It's an honor to have you here. We are Thin Veil investigators. I am Sandie La Nae. This is Carol Clemens. That's Jack back there, and we have Carol right here. And we have by proxy, we have Debbie Litt right here. Proxy.
Just call me Proxy.
There we are. We are a unique team in that we are all psychics and sensitives in some way, shape, or form. What we are is physical psychics, where if we get around where there's a lot of spirits, well, we just get achy arms and stuff, okay? We just feel and we sense. Now, like with me, I have an ability where I see the dead, and so that's a nice edge when we go out investigating, because it's like, oh, there's one there, one there, one there. But with Carol and Jack and with Carolyn, they can feel them sometimes even before I see them. So we're all a unique team in that respect, and we're all a very good team with each other. We're always right there with each other's backs. Now, another thing that we do use electronics, like the camera and recorders and different things, but basically we're a very simple team. Spirits love to communicate, and so that's what we do with the spirits. We go in to communicate, and we leave little things for them to move. Spirits love to move things. Cotton balls, beads, little things like strings and yarn. And so that's what we do. We lay down different items so the spirits can move things. Okay? That's how they communicate with us. We also use dowsing rods, which we have. Well, Carol here will give a demonstration, teach you how to use dowsing rods to communicate with the spirits. We use those a lot too. We don't use a lot of big equipment. We don't need it because we rely on our abilities first. Because we see and we feel and we sense, taste and hear the spirits before we can even get our cameras set up. So that's what we are. That's who we are. Basically, we go into a place to communicate. It's very important for us to communicate. We research a place. We get the history. We go in and we look for a historical figure. And it's very interesting. A lot of historical figures will come to us and tell us their story. Then we go and research it, and it's really cool because it's like, well, maybe Grandpa Jones told us something, and we go and research it. It's like, oh my gosh, that's what he said. So it's like, yes, it's nice getting that confirmation. Okay? So, now, with the spirit gathering, I would like to explain to you exactly what the spirit gathering is. I know it's pretty warm in here too, so I'll talk about it. All right. Now, the word seance comes from the French language. And the meaning of it is actually a bit boring because it just suggests doing something while sitting. All there is about it, just doing something while sitting. Now, during my years of attending paranormal and spiritual events, I have come to learn that the word seance really does frighten people. So as it drums up images of bouncing tables and candlesticks flying and ectoplasm oozing out from all kinds of medium noses and other unappealing visualizations. So I have termed a gentler term, which is spirit gathering. Because that is exactly what we're going to be doing tonight here and throughout the other activities that are going on here tonight. The investigation, when we walk up to the Haunted Cornerstone, when we speak about some of the history and other haunted things that are inside of this building. We are going to be connecting and having communications with the spirits. Now, I conduct my spirit gathering, I should say our spirit gathering, a little, it's different than the usual seance, where you usually make a circle by clasping hands. And that's too easy for one to become frightened. Let go of the neighbor's hand and break the circle, thus ending the seance. I ask that we all join our thoughts instead. We are here for a common goal, to communicate with the spirit, and no hand-holding is really needed for that. Also, instead of inviting just any entity to visit with us, in the spirit gatherings, I like to be a little more selective and ask only the spirits that are from this particular building to come in and join us on this occasion. Now, I can't guarantee that any spirit will communicate with us, but I'd like to ask all of you to help me calling forth the energies of those who were once here, and the task is very easy. All you have to do is just think of those who once stayed here, lived here, or worked here to come and visit with us. Now, what we would like for you to do is to listen for any unusual sounds. Ghost likes to whisper. Listen for whispers. Let us know if you feel sensations. Perhaps a spirit might touch you. You might smell a fragrance. Cigar smoke. Big number one scent. Cigar smoke. Perfume. Roses. Okay? And if you take photos during this session, let us know if you capture any anomalies, like Carol just did here. We got a shadow on the wall, don't know where that came from. Your interaction and your thoughts and your manner is always good for bringing forth those on the other side for communications. Communicating with the spirits is fun, not scary, and that is why we conduct a spirit gathering. Now, for the spirit gathering, I would like to open it by lighting incense. This special fragrance invites the spirits to visit and will protect this room from all the entities that are not wanted here. Okay? Next, ring the bells to let the far-reaching spirits know we would like to speak with them. Then, lighting a candle, as this deed lets the spirit world know that a door has been opened and an invitation is given to come and visit. Nice. Now, if you could please, all repeat after me. The light of the candle.
The light of the candle
Represents our willingness.
represents our willingness
To recognize any spirit.
to recognize any spirit
Familiar with this building.
familiar with this building.
Please come through now.
Please come through now
And be with us.
and be with us.
This invitation is only
This invitation is only
for spirits of good intent.
for spirits of good intent.
Spirits with harmful
Spirits with harmful
or destructive intent
or destructive intent
must stay out.
must stay out.
Awesome. Very good. Now I ask you to be very aware of your environment. When we are looking through, having a ghost hunt, walking through this building, what I would like for you to do is look for some of the spirits that are on here. There is a spirit of a little boy. He's upstairs. He loves to talk with people. He's just a little one, and he loves to share his toys, and he will also ask you if you know where his rocking horse is. He's real cute. He's upstairs. Also, in not this room here, but the one right in back, we call it the pink room, has a lot of glass items in it. That is where Martha's mother is. Her name is Bernice, and she stays in that room a lot. And it would be very wonderful if you did not ever say that this place is not haunted, because she could throw a plate at you. She's done that before, okay? So, now also another very, very interesting person that I have come across many years ago is actually right here in this room. He is a Union soldier, and he stays here all the time. He likes that corner over there. So if you feel a touch back there, that's him, okay? Many, many years ago, during the Civil War, there actually was kind of a fort annex just down the street, because the state administrators, whatever, they were afraid that people would come in here and want to steal the silver and herd it for its ore. Okay, so they had like Fort Churchill, and they had another fort down here. Come wintertime, the Civil War's over, come wintertime, they all left to go back to Fort Churchill, but they left one soldier behind. And so he's sitting there going, hey, I think I better get back to Fort Churchill. Middle of winter, cold, he starts out, okay? He had a long hike. He gets out here across the street, and of course he succumbs to the winter, okay? Now, many years, people in stagecoaches, carts, and then you move forward in time to vehicles, they have many times seen somebody in the road, they think they've hit them, they stop, they get out of their car, or they get out of their cart, and there's nobody there. Okay, and this has been going on since the Civil War stopped in the mid 1860s, late 1860s, something like that. So one time, oh, this was quite a few years ago, we were having a spirit gathering, and it was in this room here, and I kept seeing a soldier over there. And I asked him, I said, "Why are you here?" And he says, "Because it's warm inside." So he stays here because it's warm. And that's pretty darn cool. So if you happen to see a soldier over here, the Union soldier, if you happen to feel a touch, that's him. Go upstairs if you can, look for the little boy. He comes out, he loves to play. Bernice is in the other room, and she really does like to be acknowledged too. So if you go into the room right back over here, just say hi to her, because she loves to be acknowledged, okay? Now we have some other different type of entities in the building here too. You can see where the soldier is. We're going to be talking about the haunted painting up here at the top of the roses. We're going to be talking about that pretty soon. And the famous butt print, that's upstairs, one of the bed, globally known, this butt print. It's real fun. Quite a few years ago, we went upstairs, and you can see there was a beautiful white bedspread on the bed, and we saw this butt print on it. And I was like, "Martha, who's been here?" She goes, "Nobody." So we smoothed out the spread, and we left for a minute or two. We came back. Here's a big butt print. But the second time was even more interesting, because a bug got squished. Oh. So that was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. A famous phantom butt print. All right. So a lot of entities here, good entities only. All kinds of wonderful people come through here. And so when we are going on our ghost hunt pretty soon, and then also up at the Haunted Cornerstone, we're going to be visiting that. That's a lot of fun. We're going to be doing that too. All right. So now, because it's so hot in here, we're going to go ahead and close the spirit gathering, okay? Because you're all thinking about bringing forth the spirits, and believe me, it's very full in here. Very full.
Upstairs, the 2 rooms.
Very full up there too. You'll love it. If you haven't been upstairs, it's a lot of fun. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and close the spirit gathering. That doesn't mean the spirits are going to go away. It just means that we have to close our circle. So if you would, please repeat after me, okay? Our hearts and minds.
Our hearts and minds
are still open to the spirits. Is now closing.
It's now closing.
is now closing.
Thank you all.
Thank you all
who came to visit.
Who
who
came
came
to
to visit.
Yay! You guys give yourself a big round of applause. You're awesome. You are awesome. All right.
And the next morning when I came in, it was down on the floor. It had taken out the electrical plug, and there was a fire. The wires were arcing. So nothing was wrong with the painting. The wire was still there. And so I thought, well, just some weird, strange thing happened. Then the second time I said I was going to sell it, it was hanging in that yellow room. And down it came, and underneath there was a whole display of glassware. Every single bit of that glassware was broken. There wasn't anything that survived. And you know, now I'm getting to think it's kind of weird that this is happening every time I say I'm going to sell it. So it belonged to my mother. It was her favorite painting. And this woman who Terry Hendry knows, I can't remember her name, came down and just happened to stop in. And she said, "Oh, that's a spirit painting." And so Terry Hendry came down. She brought the filming crew. And I left the house. She was in here by herself. And she filmed the painting and then went around the house. And she got voices. And she showed them on the news the next night. And but the thing is there is a psychic who is supposed to be one of the best after Edgar Cayce. And she was from San Francisco, and now there's a museum where her House of Spiritualism was. And she would have an easel up. And on that easel, it was blank. That she had a canvas, and it was blank. And many years after her seances, she'd unveil it, and it was blank. And then one year, she unveiled it, and the picture that I sent around, if you notice that they're almost exactly alike,
Yeah, closer some.
that's the real one.
Ah.
In the picture, that's hanging in that church of spiritualism. That was the one that appeared. And it was one of those psychics from Reno from the Paranormal Association who backs me over that to show. But the thing is I knew Florence Becker when I was a kid. My mother would drag me to her church, and not that I wanted to go, but you know, you go where your parents tell you to go. And the woman was absolutely incredible. And anyway, I don't know if this came from Florence Becker, or because my mother was good friends with her, or where it came from. I was never told where it came from. And so I figured I better not try to sell it any longer.
Now, back in about, I think it was 2005 or 2006, Martha used to have Renaissance fairs here. And they would go throughout the weekend. And on Friday night, we would come and set up our booths, our tents and things. Well, she was talking to me about the painting, and she said, "Can you come in here and see if you can find a spirit there?" And so I came in, and we found well, I think it's about the 1920s, her dress is. She's got a death grip, literally, on this painting because it was hers. Now, we asked her what her name was, and we got Mary. Got no last name. So we don't know if she painted that, if that's hers, but she asked me to ask Martha, please not sell it because that's hers. And so Martha explained earlier to you that when people were interested in buying it was falling. Okay, well, since we found out that Mary, this is her painting, and Martha won't sell it, she's been very happy. Now, a lot of times Mary will, if you take pictures and if you see an orb anywhere around the painting, especially on the right-hand side, that's Mary hanging on to her painting.
Now, one of you, I don't remember which one, already got an orb up there.
Oh, Vicki. Vicki,
Okay.
yeah, got an orb up there. And that's Mary. She loves to have people recognize her now that we know that Mary's here. She's very happy with Martha because Martha won't sell the painting because it's hers. And if you go into antique stores and things, you might feel a lot of, well, the spirits like to hang on to their articles and their items and their belongings. Well, Mary likes to hang on to that too. And she's very happy. And actually, since we discovered Mary, there hasn't been any incidences with the picture falling or causing fires or anything else. So Mary's right up there, and she's always real happy to show off her painting to those that are interested now.
Yeah, but I was told if we ever did take it out of the house that something drastic would happen to the house.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna test it.
No, no, I don't blame you for that.
Come back around you like this. That means they're giving you a hug.
What about maybe?
Maybe's they do kind of like a wishy-washy type thing.
Oh,
They'll
okay.
kind of go like back and forth a little bit. But you're using your energy, and they're going to use your energy to go ahead.
Practice in private.
Yes. So they're going to use your energy.
Do you have
That's
to
in
ask
you to help
something?
you, and you can ask any question that you want. Is there someone in this room with you?
There's someone in this room.
And then you can sit there and you can wait.
1960.
Hi, Stevie. Can you come and show yourself to my camera? What I'm holding is my camera. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's so nice to see you again. There you go. Oh, thank you. That was very nice. It's always good to see you.